Good morning. Thanks for having me here. I will present you qualitative and quantitative assessment of CTA in exudative EMD. My disclosures? As you know, previous qualitative studies of CNV showed good reproducibility for CNV detection and activity using OCTA with, at beginning, 5 active criteria: tiny branching, lobes, vessel termini, halo, and shape. In a unique multicenter study, combined OCTA and structural OCT had sensitivity of 85.7% for detecting type 1 CNV. And in the first part of our study, we will describe OCTA findings based on qualitative activity criteria in treated exudative EMD versus structural OCT sign to IVI decision. 126 eyes were included, mainly type 1, still active. 4 OCTA findings: tiny branching, lobes, dark halo, and peripheral arcade, versus 3 structural OCT findings: intraretinal fluid, subretinal fluid, and CMT. Mean follow-up was 22 months, mean IVI 10, and mean interval between 2 injections 2 months, plus 6 months without IVI were excluded. In the overall analysis, considering all 4 qualitative OCTA criteria versus structural OCT, the sensitivity is excellent, the specificity is good, the intra- and intergrader coefficients are good, and the test of validation with a third grader from another team showed a concordance rate of 90%. The positive probability of having an IVI with only 2 qualitative criteria, tiny branching and peripheral arcade, is of 71.23%, and with all qualitative criteria gives a positive outcome of 96.7% using principal component analysis to avoid bias of the multicollinearity of these OCTA signs. Until now, OCTA qualitative studies describe morphological change in CNV during IVI, and fractal dimension analysis may be useful in quantifying the complexity and homogeneity of different stages of CNV. Previous methods for quantification of CNV are scarce, often restricted to the area or density of CNV, and are based on manual delineation of CNV. A new automated quantitative technique using fractal analysis enables the quantification of non-perfusion area and may be helpful in the follow-up of CNV. OCTA may provide quantitative biomarkers of activity and guide monitoring of CNV. Fractals are patterns found in nature and biological systems that show self-similarity at different magnification. The application of fractals and fractal growth processes to the normal human retinal circulation led to an estimated fractal dimension of 1.7 on grade 3 images. In experimental studies of tumoral neovascular networks submitted to anti-VEGF therapies, blood vessels reduce their density, lose their random architecture, and return to a more normal and regular pattern. Fractal dimension tends to increase to get closer to normal during the treatment. The fractal analysis or organization or complexity calculates the complexity of a lesion according size of the boxes necessary to cover the image versus the number of the boxes necessary to cover this image. And the lacunarity characterizes the distribution of spaces in an object in a given scale and describes the texture of this object, homogeneity versus inhomogeneity. The mean fractal dimension is on 1.63 on superficial capillary plexus using top cone OCTA, and the mean lacunarity is of 1.49 on the same superficial capillary plexus using top cone OCTA. The lower fractal dimension is, more random is the architecture. The lower lacunarity is, more homogeneous are CNV. In the second part of our study, can fractal analysis allow us to measure the difference in complexity between naive CNV and fibrotic treated CNV? In our retrospective study of 61 CNV, mainly type 1 and 2, we exclude type 3 and PVC, we had two groups, naive CNV groups of 26 eyes with diagnosis of CNV on FA, ICGA, and structural OCT, and at least two active criteria on OCTA, tiny branching and peripheral arcade, and second group, fibrous CNV of 35 eyes with absence of fluid, last IVI more than 6 months ago, and at least two fibrous criteria, no interconnected tiny capillary and no peripheral arcade. And here, our software, OCTA Quantifier, it's an original user-friendly interface with automatic speckle noise removal, with automatic blood flow delineation, and scale invariance likelihood score. This automatic analysis, as you can see here, from the outer retinal slab provide blood flow area, aspect ratio, vessel density, fractal dimension, and lacunarity in few seconds. And the last one, and just click and you have the result. Some cases, here naive CNV versus fibrous CNV, and we detect lower fractal dimension and lacunarity is active CNV versus in fibrous treated CNV. Here, a case of fibrotic treated CNV. During follow-up, we observe a stable qualitative aspect, but we have a decrease of fractal dimension in September. A new IVI is done, and 2 months later, CNV became less organized with increase of fractal dimension. And in this case, during follow-up, we saw an invariable qualitative and quantitative aspect. Fractal dimension, lacunarity, and area are unchanged. Here, CNV are in remission. And now, an example of quantitative detection of frequency under treat and extend regimen. At baseline, these active naive CNV had their own fractal dimension and lacunarity. After a loading dose, no detection of hypersignal. At month 4, we observe increase of fractal dimension and lacunarity, no fluid on structural OCT, and increase of visual acuity. At month 6, we saw increase of fractal dimension and lacunarity, no fluid, and increase of visual acuity. But at month 8, we observe recurrence. Finally, we detect decrease of fractal dimension and lacunarity in a more random and more homogeneous CNV. In fact, it could have been possible to reduce treat and extend earlier due to decrease of lacunarity, and we observe less increase at month 6 than at month 4. Our preliminary result. We observe higher density and lower area in naive versus fibrotic group. And fractal dimension and lacunarity are lower in active group versus remission group. Active CNVs were smaller and denser than fibrotic ones in remission. Fractal dimension, lacunarity, and area are lower in active versus remission group. The area of blood flow could be the biomarker with discriminative power, and associating fractal dimension and the area could have the best predictive performance, our ongoing studies. We have some limitation, preliminary studies with a small sample, technological limitation, some weak signal due to high PD, hemorrhage, poorly perfused CNV or multiple localization of CNV, and we use 2D analysis of a three-dimensional structure. In conclusion, OCTA-based fractal dimension may be useful for assessing the maturation status of a neurovascular network, and future studies are needed to evaluate neurovascular networks with fractal analysis over the course of our treatment. Thank you for your attention.